Chapter 5, Coal and Petroleum. Part 2. In the part 1, we saw how coal and petroleum products developed. In this part, we'll see refining of petroleum. So how the petroleum is basically developed and used for the daily life. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has unpleasant odor, which is basically get from the earth. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. So these are the different products. We can get it from the earth with the which is called petroleum product. The process of separating the various constituents or fractionation of petroleum is known as the refining. So what is refining? We are getting this product from the earth, but which is not in the different category. It is comes into the one material. So when we divide it from that, so what will present? It will develop like petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. are basically different categories we have divided. So that is called refining, petroleum refining. It is carried out in a petroleum refinery. So this product is first get into the refinery, petroleum refinery, and from that, so all the materials is basically categorized. Here, this is one example and the factory you can see over here. Here in the Gujarat also it is there. Even the different areas of the country you can find the petroleum refinery. One of the famous is there Adani Petroleum Refinery and Reliance Petroleum Refinery are there. Various constituents of the petroleum and their uses are given in the table. Here you can see number 1 constituents of the petroleum and uses. Petroleum gas is liquid form that is called LPG, fuel or home and industry. So LPG gas bottle, that LPG bottle, gas cylinder, we are basically using in the home, which is basically comes from the petroleum product. Second, petrol, you are very much familiar with that. We are using in the motorcycle, aviation, solvent for the dry cleaning. So it can be used for the various industries also. Next is the kerosene, fuel or stove, lamps and for the jet aircraft. Diesel, same thing we are using for the heavy motor vehicles, electric generators also. Lubricating oil, that is for the lubrication in the different machineries. Paraffin wax, that is ornaments, candles, Vaseline, etc. So Vaseline, normally we are using for our skin care product, that they are using the paraffin wax. It is for the shining product. And last one is that bitumen, that is for paint and road surfacing. So these are the various petroleum products which are getting from the earth. Out of that, we'll see natural gas. Natural gas is a very important product that is also fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through the pipeline. As you can see nowadays that Adani gas or GSPC are using giving the gas into our home. So these are basically come from the natural gases. Natural gas is stored under the high pressure as compressed natural gas. So that is also short form is CNG. So what is the full form of CNG? Compressed natural gas, which we are using in our home also for food preparation and also in the different kind of the vehicles. CNG is used for the power generation. It is now being used as the fuel for the transport vehicles because it is less populating. This is the most and very good benefit for the nature, that CNG is basically produce very less pollution. So nowadays government is also pressurized for the electric vehicle and the CNG vehicle. It is cleaner fuel. The great advantage of the CNG is that it can be used directly for the burning in the homes and factories where it can be supplied through the pipeline. That means once we have to apply it and once we have installed the pipeline, we don't require any kind of transportation. The gas will automatically transfer from one place to the another place. Such a network of the pipeline exists in Vadodara, that is in Gujarat, some part of the Delhi and other places also. Here we are also, like in Vapi and some other areas, South Gujarat, we are using that pipeline. Natural gas is also used as starting material for the manufacturing of the number of chemicals and the fertilizers. India has vast reserve of the natural gas. India has the very good quantity of the natural gas in the surface, below the surface. Here, in our country, natural gas has been founded in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the Krishna Godavari Delta. So these are the areas where we can find out the natural gases resources. Some natural resources are limited. What are these? That we'll see. We have studied in the beginning of the chapter that some natural resources are exhaustible, like fossil fuel, forest minerals, etc. Fossil fuel, that means we cannot get it after some years. These are called the exhaustible fossil fuel. What are these? For example, coal and petroleum are the fossil fuels. It requires the dead organisms millions of the years to get the converted into the fuels. So on the other hand, the known reserve of this will last almost a few hundred years. That means we are using for longer period of time. So these resources are almost going to be finished in the next few years. So moreover, burning of this fuel is major cause of air pollution also. So these are also one dangerous problem for the human. Their use is also linked to global warming. As we know that more diesel and more petrol if we are using, what will happen? The carbon dioxide is produced, and this carbon dioxide is basically mixed in the air, and it will improve the temperature, and that improve the what? Due to the improving the temperature, the global warming is basically largely affected. It is therefore necessary that we use the fuels only when absolutely necessary. This will result in the better environment, smaller risk of the global warming, and their availability for a longer period of time. In India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association, in the short form PCRA, advise people how to save petrol diesel by driving. That also you know it. This is the general knowledge and good for the future also. The tips are that drive at constant and the moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at the place where you have to wait. Ensure correct type of pressure and ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. So if the vehicle is also not maintained, it produces the different pollutions, and it can be also loss of the our pocket only. With this, the chapter is completed. Thank you.